After more than a decade, a new chapter in the Silent Hill franchise is on the way in the form of Silent Hill F. A brand new mainline entry from a studio in Japan comprised of several survival horror veterans, Silent Hill F will be the first game in the series to skip the nightmarish streets of Maine for a terrifying trip to Japan. Here's everything we know about Silent Hill F so far.
I'm so hyped for this game, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I pretty much been following up on this game for a very long time. Yeah, I took a little break because news was slow for this game. But since this game is about to come out in less than 5 days, information is just ramping up.
First up, you don't need to have an in-depth knowledge of Silent Hill to jump into F. This game is considered a standalone spin-off, making it the perfect place to jump into the foggy franchise.
Also, this ain't a sequel. I thought this would be a sequel. Because I want to say the last Silent Hill game, like mainline title, was 4, The Room. But there hasn't been a Silent Hill game that took place after that. So I don't know. I could be wrong.
Franchise for the first time. The game takes place in the Japanese town of Abisugaoka during the 1960s, and its protagonist is the high school student Hinako Shimizu. Hinako's home life is less than perfect. Her father is a drunk and her mother timid, and her sister an ideal standard that she's unfairly held to.
You know what? That's similar to the themes of Silent Hill, the short message. The only difference is, they wasn't related. Like the main characters wasn't related. They was just really good friends. And one of the main characters was jealous of the friendship of her best friend with somebody else. So it's kind of a little weird there, but I'm getting the vibes that, and I could be wrong here, chat, but what I'm getting at is that the dad could possibly be abusive, because when I hear alcohol, I automatically assume and think that it's abusive. Yeah, you could be a happy drunk, but 9 times out of 10, most drunks I know are usually aggressive because they drink due to having unresolved issues in their past. And I learned this in Psychology 101 in college, so.
Her hometown, which happens to be based on a real-life town called Kanayama in Japan's Gifu Prefecture for all you fact fans out there, is one day covered in a strange mist that introduces monsters and body-warping horror to the streets, as well as a yokai-filled spirit world that Hinako is sometimes sent to. Add to that the loneliness and anxiety that growing up brings and friendship group drama, it's clear that Silent Hill F will cover a lot of ground. In doing so, the game will touch on sensitive and potentially upsetting topics, something that Konami has cautioned people about ahead of the game's release. According to the official site, depictions of gender discrimination, child abuse, bullying, drug-induced hallucinations, torture, and graphic violence.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, it's the same writer who wrote Higurashi When They Cry, so keep that in mind. Very good horror writer for anime.
Will be present in Silent Hill F. The website also notes, this game is set in Japan in the 1960s and contains depictions based on the customs and culture of that time. These depictions do not reflect the opinions or values of the developers or any individuals involved.
It's sad that you have to put a disclaimer because people are too damn sensitive nowadays. Like, I remember when games came out that has themes similar to this, where it was unapologetic and people didn't really care whether developers had these views or not. I just think we've fallen so hard as gamers, you know what I mean? Not us as the gamers per se, but more so like the devs and as well as the people who consume. And mind you, the people who complain about this stuff don't even buy the games. A lot of them are not even full-blown gamers to begin with. I call them grifters.
If you feel uncomfortable at any point while playing, please take a break from playing or speak to someone you trust. So, hey, you have been warned. While we don't have a confirmed answer from Konami, the F in the game's title may be a reference to sheet music. The F, as it's styled in the game's logo, is the symbol for forte, which means loud.
Pretty much, but I highly think, knowing Konami and knowing how past Silent Hill games are, I firmly believe that F is going to be a key for something in this main story. But that's just my opinion.
Musicians can use this symbol in their sheet music to denote that a section ought to be played loudly. Well, what we do know is that the gameplay will feature elements that will be familiar to Silent Hill fans, like survival horror, puzzles, and even combat. Although, as a high school age girl, Hinako is no weapons expert, though she's not completely defenseless. She can certainly swing a metal pipe, and can even wield ceremonial daggers and a naginata when in the spirit world, but it's her track and field experience that'll help you to evade the enemies rambling around the streets. Silent Hill F puts
I'm getting the vibe that you're gonna have to pick and choose when you fight. I don't think it would be wise to fight everything that moves and attacks you. You might have to do a lot of running, depending, because the weapon degradation and as well as the materials that are hard to find to repair the weapons, I think it's just more so you have to pick and choose your fights rather than just killing everything that moves.
a huge emphasis on resource management, in part by bringing back weapon degradation, so make sure you're picking up extra weapons along the way. In addition to your standard health and stamina bars, Silent Hill F adds a sanity meter to the game, which allows Hinako health and stamina bars. Silent Hill F
I think they had an issue with the recorder because I'm like, why is the screen black? I thought it was my computer.
adds a sanity meter to the game, which allows Hinako to engage in a special focus ability that, when activated, better alerts her as to when she can get a critical strike on an enemy. Closely observing enemies causes her sanity to drain. When it's empty, she loses the ability to hone in and is left to find advantageous times on her own. In addition to weapon degradation, a new layer of resource management is added via the way permanent upgrades work. Scattered throughout the town and the spirit world are shrines Hinako can pray at, which saves your progress. Once there, she can also generate faith by enshrining objects, including those used to heal. Once an object is converted into faith, she can then draw Omamori, which gives her a random accessory with its own boon, or permanently upgrade one of her stats. This adds an interesting element of choice and strategy. Do you hang on to your various healing items to use in battle, or convert them into faith for permanent upgrades? Granted, there are certain items that can solely be enshrined, and plenty of goods that can only be consumed, but when it comes to the rest, it's up to the players to decide how to proceed. If this all sounds a little overwhelming, then don't be alarmed. The recommended difficulty setting for the game is lower than you think. Speaking to Games Radar, the game's producer Motoi Okamoto and director Al Yang recommended that people actually play it in story mode, with Okamoto saying, "What we would like to emphasize is that the core experience of..."
I don't know if I want to play it on story mode first or not. I mean, I might just to play for the story, just to get the main story, and then try difficulties, different difficulties later, just to get the different endings. And I heard that there will be a UFO ending in this game too, just like all the other Silent Hill games.
This game leans heavily on the script of the game, which has been handled by Ryukishi Zero Nana. And so, in order to have the most authentic Silent Hill experience you can, we highly recommend that everyone just try it out on the story mode difficulty. Silent Hill F comes from Vods Entertainment, a team that has largely been a support studio in the past. The studio has worked on several Capcom games, including the next-gen versions of Resident Evil 2, 3, 7, as well as Reverse, the multiplayer mode tied to Resident Evil Village. They also worked on games like Marvel's Avengers and No Straight Roads. Though the team is only...
I'm not gonna lie, right? Marvel's Avengers gameplay got old really quickly. And I don't think it's because of the gameplay mechanics. Like, the game felt smooth and it was fun to play after a while, but it just got tiring fighting the same enemies over and over and over again. Like, literally the Black Panther DLC was the only DLC where we fought different enemies besides them damn aimbots. And then the Maestro boss fight was pretty fun, but I don't know. Could be fun, could not be. I don't know. You guys won't know my thoughts until after I beat the game.
lent a hand to horror games in its past portfolio, there's reason to believe it's ready to take the next step and lead the development of a major sequel. The game's story will be penned by famed Japanese writer Ryukishi Zero Nana, the author of the acclaimed When They Cry visual novel series. In fact, he poured so much into the game, he said he wouldn't mind it being the final thing he ever wrote. Additionally, Motoi Okamoto, who previously worked at Nintendo from 1998 to 2007, has been named a producer on the project, and its director is Al Yang, who directed Resident Evil Resistance. Silent Hill veteran...
You know something? I just came up with a thought about something too. Just by watching the gameplay and watching some cutscenes, I have a feeling a lot of her classmates is going to end up turning to enemies or bosses, people that she knows around town. Like, and I'm not just talking about the side cast of characters that we got introduced to during that trailer. However, I'm getting the feeling that some of her friends. Now this could be a dream world too. This could be only a dream world thing, but it looks like from what I'm seeing, a lot of the enemies you're fighting are wearing that same school uniform that Hinako's wearing. But I can't wait to find out, honestly.
Akira Yamaoka will return as the composer for scenes set in the fog world of Ebisugaoka, while Kensuke Inage will provide the music for the scenes in the other world. Speaking to IGN, creature and character designer Kira also teased monster and location designs that will emphasize a grotesque beauty in the game. They said, "I love the Silent Hill series and it's been a big influence on me. In particular, I am constantly remembering Silent Hill 2 and the messages on the walls, the music, and the monster designs. So when it came to Silent Hill F and bringing the setting to Japan, we had to come up with something that felt just a little different, and I really had to think about how to get that feeling. The monster designs were the hardest. I had to consider everything that's come in Silent Hill before and figure out how to take this game in a different direction, but still be Silent Hill. It might not be the exact same blood-smeared, rusting scenery, but I sincerely hope you'll enjoy our vision and the world we've created."
Awesome.
Silent Hill F will be released on September 25th for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. If you pre-order the game, you get some in-game items thrown in, including the white sailor school uniform costume, the
All right, let's take a look at this. So early purchase. Oh, so this is pre-order. I already got all this for pre-ordering the game. I wish I had the poster though. That's for pre-ordering the physical copy, I want to say.
Peony Omamori, and an item pack that contains a shriveled Abura Age, divine water, and a first aid kit that you'll likely need after a few monster encounters. Both the physical and digital standard editions of the game for console will cost $70. There'll be an Amazon exclusive Day 1 edition for PS5 and Series X, and while it'll cost the same as a regular edition, this version comes with an exclusive double-sided poster. The digital deluxe edition will set you back $80 and will grant you the pre-order bonus items as well as a digital art book, digital soundtrack, and a pink rabbit costume, which is sadly in-game only. It'll also let you play the game 2 days early. If you want to see more from
I thought about it. I was gonna get the game early, but I thought about it. I'm like, I still won't be able to play the game until the weekend, due to me getting up extra early and stuff. And plus, like I said in my channel update video, I've been taking care of my mom, so I really don't have as much time to really play like I used to anymore. But yeah, if I did have the free time, I would have made the purchase and streamed it a few days early. But hey, what can you do?
Silent Hill F, we have some brand new gameplay from Gamescom on the channel, as well as impressions from Jess Cogswell and myself after playing a few hours of the game's intro. We'll also have the review coming up very soon. Make sure to subscribe for that, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, guys. So everything I want to tell you guys is don't pay attention to what these butthurt gaming journalists are saying about the game. A lot of them trying to make issues to try to get people to boycott the game that have no idea what Silent Hill is truly about. And to be real with you, I think this is going to be a good game. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong in my review. So I say just give the game a shot. And if you're curious about it, just watch the stream or stream it. I'm clearly going to be streaming it on the weekend that it comes out. So just support the game if you like Silent Hill. If not, don't buy the game, but don't just bash the game. And that's my thoughts and take on the game. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Realz is out.